Okay. Hi everybody. Light stream tonight. Man, I forgot how much the music in Xenoblade 1 slapped, but speaking of music that slaps, and more importantly, speaking of Xenoblade, the new thingy, I don't know what you would call it, an expansion, a story, Xenoblade 2.5, The Lion King 1.5, who knows? Anyways, so we're going to be doing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, subtitled Torna, subtitled The Golden Country, so you know, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Electric Boogaloo. Oh, also, hold on. This is a finished file, and Xenoblade 2 happens to do a thing where the start screen changes based on the progress you've made in the game, so the title screen that you might see here that boots may perhaps be a spoiler. So if that concerns you, close your eyes. I don't think it's like that bad, but I don't know. In case you are planning on playing the main game and you haven't already, then maybe don't look. Okay, we're past it. So Torna, the Golden Country. I don't know how much this is going to like spoil on Xenoblade 2 or like vice versa. So if you're interested, I don't know. Oh. Hold on. I might need to turn this up a little bit. But this start screen sounds good already. Aw, this is gonna be so good though, because like I love Xenoblade music, and now this campaign's gonna have like so much more. Oh, I almost just want to like sit and listen here to the main theme. Even though it's very quiet. Okay. Speaking, let's check options though and see if we can perhaps increase the music volume. Uh-huh. So game BGM volume? A teensy bit higher. Oh boy. I picked some like very specific settings for Xenoblade 2, the core campaign, but it looks like this is like a different set of settings, so I'll leave them here with the BGM a teensy bit higher, and we'll tweak as we go along. But these are the defaults, it should be fine. Let's press any button, and let's hop in. Also, hey Femi. Oh yeah! So over the course of Xenoblade 2, they've also been adding like some additional like quality of life things, and one of the things that they've added is an easy mode. So I'm picking that, because I'm here to stream, not to grind. And you can change it at any time, cool. Ooh, I see Jin's mask. Yeah, so right off the bat, this kind of like tells the backstory of one of the characters.
The year was 3564.
That dude, it's his story.
107th Indoline Praetor, Rhodalis, had sent an armed expedition against the...
I'm like trying to read two things at once now.
The capital of Ranta fell overnight. And
I'm shockingly ready for this. I didn't like Xenoblade 2 very much, but I've been excited for this.
The destruction of Sia shocked all the nations of all rest. Officially, the act was attributed to a military alliance led chiefly by Indol and the emerging power of Mor Ardain. In fact, it had been the work of one blade, the Aegis.
I wonder how this would sound to you if you didn't actually know what any of these like names or locations meant. Because I do, because this is like referring to stuff that's in Xenoblade 2. So this is kind of what I'm saying, is that if you haven't played that, you might get like a bit of a different experience with this. But in the direct it was saying like, oh, this might be a great place to hop in because it takes place before all the events of Xenoblade 2. So, oh, we're getting right into it. Let's find out.
You're that eager to die?
This ain't the dude.
Then
I don't like him.
to assist.
Die. Uh-oh. I know like zero things about Xenoblade. Yeah, so initially I wanted to do Xenoblade 1, but I couldn't get my hands on it in time for this to come out. And then they they decided to release this new story like earlier, so I guess this is the first Xenoblade game that I'm streaming instead. And then I'll have to do 2 and then 1, so really the least likely order that I would have picked to stream, so great. This is some good-looking foliage, considering Xenoblade 2's usual look. This is a nice forested area. I'll say that much. In very large quotations, nice. Color-wise, I guess, I don't know. Anyways, she's fucking cool. There's like a hetero thing between the two of them, and usually you would expect me to like heavily dislike this, but honestly, these two are great. I love them. This is like 500 years before Xeno 2, right? Did the characters live long, or are they all new characters? These characters appear in Xenoblade 2, but it's like different. I don't think it ties in much. Well, it does, but you don't need any like pre-existing knowledge to get into this.
Can you smell it?
Oh, it stinks like...
It's stinky. Hey guys!
Yeah, no doubt about it. Blood.
Oh, we're just going.
Crazy.
Oh. They gave a preview of this music and it sounds so fucking good. Oh, I'm getting blessed. Okay, I gotta relearn how to play Xenoblade, by the way. Oh right, I play as her. That's right. Okay, so A.
All right, follow my lead.
Oh.
Your safety is my charm.
I know how arts work. Okay. Yeah, okay, HP. Guys, listen to this. This is about a slap. I know how this works. Okay.
I feel you.
This really is a nice looking environment compared to Xenoblade 2's base campaign. Hold on, I kind of want to run away for a little bit so we can hear that. Fucking listen to this! This is so good! Oh, they're dead. Is that going to stop the music though, or is this going to keep going? Yes, I know. Yes, it's going to keep going! God. This fucking slaps! This is like just like the generic battle theme, and even that alone is so good. Let's see. Yes, I know this works. I think I might want to actually pay more attention to this, because I skipped a couple of these tutorial pop-ups in the core campaign of Xenoblade 2, and it did not work out for me. Oh, these might actually be new mechanics for this specific campaign. Let's see. Once the rear... Okay, yeah, if you look at the left side, that's different. You can press up or down to perform a maneuver called a Vanguard Switch. When you trigger a Vanguard Switch, the rear guard will move up to trade places with the Vanguard while acting with their switch arc. After the switch, the new yeah, so this is new compared to Xenoblade 2. Arc gauges will be fully ready to be used immediately. Oh, shit. Okay. God, this fucking slaps! So let's try that. So now I'm playing as Jin. Okay, cool. Usually in like the base Xenoblade 2, there's like defined like drivers and blades, but it looks like these two characters can swap at any time, which is really cool. Yeah, specials. Okay, okay. That's cool. Oh. Let's do this, man. Also, I like that this guy's name is Balufu. Yo, Bofa? Okay, Lorna, some help will be nice. Okay, she's good. Wait, oh, I thought she was gonna do something. Yeah, I kinda like playing as her a little bit better. You can charge... Yeah, I know the charging. Okay. Oh, free top-up. Okay, let's do it. I thought that was gonna be like a fancy cutscene, but just some button mashing. Okay, cool. I think it's the level 4 that has like the button mash fancy cutscene specials. Also, is this guy not down yet, or...? Their HP isn't depleting. Was I supposed to use that special to finish them off? Because I'm not getting anything that's working right now. Their HP is like staying at that level. I think it was trying to teach me something. You're right, it is not working. So what gives? I mean, hey, more time to listen to this music, but...
I like the way this is going.
You must look ahead.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Xenoblade, one thing you will quickly notice is that during battles, the characters do not shut up. Again, this is one of the things that I turned off during my main playthrough of Xenoblade 2, but... Okay, so is this gonna like... Oh, right, to charge the arts, you have to actually use the arts. Anyways, I did it for some reason. I think... Battle's over. Let's see what happens next.
Laura!
Also, how's like the bitrate right now? Because I can't imagine the shaky cam and the detailed
Thank you,
environments look nice.
Well, We've got room for improvement.
Of what?
This
Because I'm
fighting
noticing like
style,
some frame drops on like
it
my end because the
magnifies
capture
our
card
strength,
can't keep
sure,
up.
but it leaves us wide open. When the sword is in my hand, you're left defenseless.
What, you won't keep me safe?
Huh?
I'll keep you safe always.
I'll keep you safe, always.
I was gonna say gay, but it's actually not.
I've thought about it. Every day for these 17 years. I'll never forget it. The day you set me free from a life of misery.
I see.
Something about their eyes is uncanny. Well, personally, I like Jin's fucking bomb-ass eyelashes. But yeah, there's like a couple of different artists who worked on this game, so there's like a bit of a different look to each of the characters. Like, they lack movement relative to the rest of the animation. Oh, I think I know what you mean. I think it's like part of some sort of like, they're trying to do that like anime eye quiver, but it's like tweened. If that comes up again, I'll see if I notice it, and then I'll point it out then. The features that the arrow is pointing to are, oh, I know how the compass works. I've played a Xenoblade. Is this not for people who have... Okay, sure. I've never played a Xenoblade game before in my life. Please let me walk. Yep. I can't believe I'm being given a tutorial about how to read tutorials. Anyways. This is a... It immediately stopped me! Oh... Lazaria Woodland, where you are right now, is a special kind of area known as a landmark. I know all this! Music's nice, though. I'll give it that. Wow. There's like a nice depth of... I don't know what about this environment looks so impressive to me, but it does. I don't know, for Xenoblade 2, usually you don't... I think it's the grass. They usually don't do grass like this. I mean, it doesn't look that good, but compared to normal Xenoblade 2 grass, it looks like a little bit of a step up. Oh, I've been stuck. See, this is the thing. I can't even be mad about the battle music interrupting the environment music because it's this song that's interrupting it. Okay. So I wasn't really paying much attention to the combat before. Let's actually keep an eye on it. So I kind of know what I'm doing, but I'll try to like kind of explain, because you know, when those tutorial windows were popping up during that first battle, I was like, okay, I know. However, you guys might not know a couple of things, but I'll see if I can explain it in maybe a teensy bit less tedious terms. So basically, again, if you're not familiar with Xenoblade, such as Femi is not, basically characters auto-attack. In Xenoblade 2, you have a secondary character that backs up each party member, so in this case, Jin, and I guess they're like a special situation where they can like swap at any time. Oh, thanks for hopping over me, except kind of in front of me. What are you doing? Where are you trying to walk to? Jin... I love this, man. Anyways, so basically characters will auto-attack, and, let's go after this dude. You'll notice a meter down here, or at least the 4 icons in the bottom right, and you'll see that each of them have, like, kind of a red thing charging. So every time you land an auto-attack, it goes up and then fills up, and then you can use it. But if you use it on one of the attacks, you'll actually get a slightly more powerful ability. So each character kind of has their own rhythm to fighting, but it usually is a general kind of 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. And so that Y ability that I used just there also gives me a potion every time I use it, so that's pretty handy as well.
Now we're getting into the rhythm.
Catch! I can feel
Still
unstoppable.
I have for one last push.
Are they talking over themselves? Great. This is very cozy, though. You know, millions of enemies swarming all over a side.
Follow my lead.
Laura, stay close.
God, even like the bass piano at the beginning of the song is like, even on its own, that's some funky shit. Yeah, so that blue circle that appeared just there, that means that I actually timed the rhythm properly and it did more damage as a result. Oh, hi, Doggy.
I think we've been spotted.
You think? I'm really curious to see, like, okay, so in the bottom left here, it looks like Jin has to, like, charge up as well before we switch, which I think operates on a timer rather than being based on the attacks that are used, but I'm not quite sure what swapping achieves. Apparently I think the tutorial said if you, like, time it properly, then Jin actually does something, but I haven't been able to, like, I don't know. I'll look into it as time goes on. Maybe once we get into, like, a little bit more of, like, a lengthier battle. Because right now, we keep restarting these, and so Jin's meter goes back to 0, so if maybe we're in a longer encounter, then I'll try that out, but for now we should be fine with just, like, the base combat. Oh, I have the Wi-Fi. Let's use that.
I'd rather we didn't have to deal with all these encounters.
May the next one go as swiftly.
Look at this boy. I kind of wish you could look a teensy bit closer at them. But they keep turning around whenever you move and stuff, so... Unless... Oh, hold on. And then I, like, walk up against a wall, maybe? God damn it. Oh, wait. Look at this lad. Mwah. Oh, it's the Bofa Buffalo. Let's do it. I'm sorry, lay the smackdown, Jin? Right, so I guess I can swap outside of battle as well. So it looks here, like if I look to the meter on the right here, now I have a different set of attacks now that I'm playing as Jin. Let's see if we can charge up the Snow Blast immunity. Okay. Okay, I think I got the hang of it then. Oh, so Chill Stroke, if you look here, it says back attack up, so if I attack from the rear, it'll also do more damage.
Exemplary flow.
This'll soon be over.
Snow blast.
I will grow stronger still.
Snowblast, I love how edgy he is. Also, I apparently just got Star Slash and Frostbreak. Is that what that does? I guess I got some new arts, cool. Also, a very nice thing about this game is that it has not a real time, but a very nice time of day system. So there's like different music for different times of day, and it's great. Something about the resolution though looks a little crusty, I don't know. It has an adaptive resolution that lowers when there's like too much going on screen, and I guess this foliage... Like, maybe that's like, oh, wow, this is so impressive I was saying at the beginning, but now, perhaps that comes at a cost, because the resolution does not look good at the moment. Well, this doesn't look like sunset at all. This looks pre-rendered, unless it's just... Whomst?
What happened? Are you alone?
Looks like the only survivor. These burn patterns don't look like Malice's handiwork. Must have been humans. Looting and pillaging while the world burns.
Hey, it's okay. Would you like to come with us? You don't have to worry, really. We're all good people. Promise.
I could swear that I've seen this cutscene in the base game of Xenoblade 2, but I do not remember what this is from or who this is.
Can you walk? You can. Good going.
Another thing you'll notice, particularly with Xenoblade 2, is that the animation is very awkward at times, and it has
your
indeed
family?
begun already.
Were they there with you? Should we go back and...
Mikhail.
Mikhail.
My
What?
name is Mikhail.
Mikhail. Oh, I love his voice.
I'm Laura. And he's...
I don't have a family. I was sold to this village from Estem. So I'm all alone.
I see. Right then. Starting today, we're going to be your new family. We'll take you back to our friends and...
You people? You're strangers. You don't have to pretend to care.
You don't beat around the bush, do you? He's gonna be a handful, this one.
Oh, we're getting internal thoughts now? Oh, I
Really?
forgot that's a thing this game
I was
does.
just the same once.
Great.
Very well. Friends first, then. Not family. How's that sound?
I remember that being a thing that frustrated me with this
Laura.
game, is that, like, characters will, like,
What's up?
think in their head a
I'll
plot
scout the
point,
area.
and then they'll repeat it
Look
out
after
loud to everybody
of
else.
course.
And they do that
Be
for, like,
careful.
every single
I'm doing-
thing.
I know.
You'll notice it getting repetitive very, very quickly. Oh yeah, also he has an edgy mask. Whomst?
What was that you said,
Eh?
Baldric?
Whomst?
The Cian capital of Omrantha has fallen. Or rather, it was annihilated.
I wish I could say that this would make more sense if you have played Xenoblade 2, but this is just
So
some
it
goofy
has come
shit.
to pass after all.
Ah!
Respectfully,
This dude's got a fucking frog mouth. Look at the
much
width
an
of this
active
guy.
eminence. It
Look at
appears
this
you are
dude.
Not surprised at all. We heard disturbing rumors circling among the Magisters. Amalthus, whom you recently elevated to Quester? People wonder if this calamity has anything to do with that man's blade. With such extraordinary power, is it really wise to,
No matter whose power affected it, it is sure to serve the greater glory of Indal. The architect will surely be pleased.
Eminence, do you believe it can be controlled?
If it cannot, I will let him take the blame. I have spoken. Thank you for your report, Magister Baldric. You may return to your duties.
I forget if the base campaign of this was like as front-loaded with cutscenes as this, but gameplay-wise, there hasn't really been much we've been able to get into yet. Okay. Oh boy. This looks like a good spot to get set up camp. Yeah, I'll start preparing the food. Should I like do voices for these characters too? Oh boy. If you guys were tired of my bad Limmy impressions, get ready for that to turn into a bad everything impression. Oh wow, you're a Stygian. What do you reckon you'll make? Nope. Let's see now. I should be able to get my hands on a few... They're cooking. Okay, do your thing. Deviled onions and sour avocados. I could stew them together. Heh. Oh boy. It's absolutely divine. I guess. Okay. Is this really gonna start us off with the fetch quest? All the exciting action of foraging! Vegetable. What you're looking at right now is a collection point. Check here to uncover collectible items. You'll find collection point. Oh, okay, I know what these things are. Okay. Field skills. Okay.
This is becoming addictive.
Oh my. That's one way to phrase it. So let's see. I read aloud what Jin needed, but I didn't actually listen to it, so now I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for.
Aren't we intrepid?
Aren't we intrepid? Yeah, let me like take a look. This should say here what we're looking for, right? Category? Oh. There's no quests. Great. Item list. I don't know what I'm looking. I didn't listen, and now I have no quest. Oh, current objective. Okay. Trout. Okay, so just gotta find the trout, which should be here.
Aren't we intrepid?
Oh boy.
These guys should be no problem.
They'll live to regret this.
Those wild animals will live to regret this. Yeah, so it looks like since the last battle we've gotten some new abilities, so let's see what happens if we press B for once. Wow. Now, there is one way to make encounters last a little longer, and that's actually enabled by, you use R to kind of target different things. So if I use R on this enemy, then I can like round them into the battle and kind of chain the encounter, so now I'm fighting both of them at the same time. Which allows you to charge up your abilities for longer, and kind of lets you carry over some of the stuff that you gained from the last battle into the next. But it's also risky, because once you fully finish a battle, you auto-heal when you're just like looking around the environment, but during encounters, you can only heal by using like actual proper potion stuff. But you know, these are some wisp Oompas, apparently. The Oompa Loompas, so we should be fine. Right, we've got our ingredients, fire's nice and toasty. I think we're all set for the night. Jin, would you mind making a start on the cooking?
I'll get right to it. The blade is doing the cooking?
Got a problem with that?
That.
Better Jin than me. If I were in charge, oh boy. If I were in charge, I'd probably end up losing a limb peeling the veggies.
It's not all one-sided though. Laura has her own talents, like making charms, and she sells them on Etsy. That I could never do.
Right. We make up for each other's strengths and weaknesses. Blade or driver, no one has to shoulder all this burden.
Huh. Okay, I'm gonna make a start.
I love that it's like this edgy fucking dude and he's doing like a cooking show.
Okay, I'm going to make a start on the trout sterloo. It won't take long.
Oh, what? Okay, this is new.
I am having lots of fun.
Oh, this is cute! Chibi boy. Oh, that's cute! Okay.
I know it'll be worth the wait.
Oh, I kind of like that he's, like, edgy. I don't know, just that image of Jin angry, holding a knife. That's a very cute UI.
How sad. That village, I mean.
This is so cute, worth the wait? Yeah, I'm liking it so far, but...
That blade, Malos.
I'll let this cutscene end before kind of diving into it.
The towns raised by the Aegis were completely obliterated. I plan to inform the mercenaries of this.
How could a person do something so awful?
Anyway, you should rest now. We should be able to meet up with Hayes tomorrow.
With Hayes? With who?
Oh, yes. I wonder if she's found any leads on Mother. I hope so, anyway.
I'll prepare food, then rest up.
Oh, that's kind of you. Thanks.
That's cute!
I meant the food was worth the wait? Well, listen. The game's nice, too. But yeah, so when I say that this is a prequel to Xenoblade 2 and it follows some of the characters that you see in that main game, these two I like, but they aren't the only ones we're going to come across. And so later on, I'm sure we're going to encounter some portions that I'm going to find less savory, because I've said on many occasions why I dislike Xenoblade 2, and I'm very afraid that the elements that I dislike about it are going to slowly but surely creep into this one as well, so we'll find out. Anyways, that really hit the spot. You know, I really can't think of anything better than waking up to Jin's cooking. Scrumptious.
That.
You scarf that down quick. 1 second. Mama! But Kyle, relax. He's not gonna bite you. Don't let the whole moody thing fool you. He's genuinely concerned about you. Moody thing? Look, if there's anything you need, just tell us, alright?
Nuh-uh, I'm fine, really.
Okay, I hear you. Listen, I know Jin can seem a bit scary, but he's really very gentle. You'll get used to him. Is that so? ... I just need to clean up here, then we can move out. Feltley? Feltley can't be far now, can it? What are these names where we're meeting up with Hayes? That's right, there's still a way to go, but if we keep to the road, it won't take long. Tutorials! Certain places out in the wild allow you to make a camp. There are 3 things you can do at a campsite are: number 1, resting, number 2, crafting, and number 3, chatting. Rest, use bonus XP to level teams up. Craft, use collectibles to make items. Chat, speak with allies for advice on how to proceed. As you can see, camps are places of preparation and growth. When entering a new area, it's worth scouting out the next campsite first. Yeah, so this isn't a thing in Xenoblade 2. There's like inns, I guess, but this is a new system. Crafting is one of the actions available when camping. It expends collectibles to create pouch items, as well as valuable unique items with particular properties. As your adventure progresses, you can obtain more recipes to expand your crafting repertoire. For example, by completing quests or raiding treasure troves. Pouch items can be set inside a driver's pouch to empower that driver's team for a fixed duration. You can always create more by crafting them at a campsite, so use them as much as you can, for instance, when preparing for a difficult battle ahead. So is this a game for people who have played Xenoblade 2 or not? Because it really didn't explain that system very well at all. Like, the campsite part, I know, and the pouch stuff I know. The campsite stuff it explained well, but the pouch stuff it didn't. I feel like if I didn't know already how the pouch system worked, that tutorial pop-up did not explain it properly. I don't know, it's weird. Like, if you had no pre-existing knowledge of Xenoblade 2 in particular, I don't know. Anyways, funky bass piano time. Okay. So I only have the one driver and the one blade for the time being, so usually you get like multiple drivers and blades like in a battle at once later on in the game, and I'm assuming the same happens in this campaign as well. But usually what I'm kind of used to is like dividing them up against multiple enemies, but I kind of need to get used to now getting used to all the enemies just targeting me at once. I was kind of hoping that Jin would take care of one and I would go to the other, but this really makes you rethink how you have to go about the combat, at least for this little first bit while you're still just these 2 characters. Because even in the base campaign of Xenoblade 2, I don't think it really lets you fight as just one driver, so this is kind of a new dynamic. Can I get this dude? Okay. I'm gonna hear that a million times. And I want to say right now that I'll never get tired of it because it slaps so hard, but I'm sure I'm gonna be like, by the end of this stream, like, fuck this song, fuck this song, fuck this song. This is becoming addictive. What, this music, you mean? Oh yeah, also you'll notice that the setting of this game is that we're on like a giant like living creature, so as you go through like these different environments, you can kind of see like the different anatomy and whatnot. I'm trying to find the head, but I think we're just in a valley where we can't really see much right now. But there's like some moving parts somewhere, right? Okay, that moves. So that's like a wing, I guess? We're on the wing? Maybe there's a map we can look at. Hold on. Oh, great. It looks like you found a treasure trove. You'll discover troves of many shapes and sizes as you journey across all rest. Some of them might be locked, so you won't be able to get the goods unless your blades have the right field skills, but it's always good to check first. I'm sorry, what is that thing?
This is killing me.
What? This is killing me? Is that what she said? Look at this dude. He's happy. Let's fuck him up.
Follow my lead.
Can you explain the world a bit? Like there are continent monsters that everyone lives on, but also giant robots. The first part is kind of an existing thing across all Xenoblade games, you know, barring X, which just takes place on a normal planet. But Xenoblade X, we don't talk about Xenoblade X. But yeah, so these things are called Titans, and Xenoblade 1 kind of does the same thing, except Xenoblade 2's approach is kind of, you're traveling across like lots of kind of smaller Titans, Whereas in Xenoblade 1, there's only the 2 Titans, but they're enormous. So it's kind of a different scale that each game is going for, but I'm alright with both approaches. There's also those things, which I'm not quite sure how to explain.
All right, follow my
She said the suspense is killing me. Okay.
Regret this.
Yeah, the giant robots, I really don't know how to explain. I don't know why there are Gundams exactly. I mean, I guess I do, but I wish I had like a reason where I could be like, well, actually, later in the story you'll find out that it actually all fits together, but really, just like in tone, I don't think that the Gundam really fits in with the rest of like the fantastical setting. Sometimes the contrast works, sometimes it doesn't. Towards the end of 2, I find it kind of does, but here not so much.
Aren't we interested?
As far as the stuff as we saw at the beginning of the game, that it's certainly not an instance where it does work. The lapse flare.
All right.
Also, he used ice magic? Yeah, that's kind of Jin's thing. He's an icy boy. He's got a couple of things that he uses, honestly. It feels like, when describing what Jin can do, it feels like one of those, like, elementary school pretend things where it's like, "Nuh-uh, I have the super duper power that's invincible to..." You know what I mean? That's just Jin in a nutshell. He's edgy. That's just who he is. As you probably noticed, the bridge ahead is out. It's an obstacle, but not an insurmountable one. Using a blade's field skill might provide a solution. Check out that withered tree up ahead and witness Jin's field skill at work. Incidentally, if you'd like to know more about it, you can check Jin's field skills by going to main menu, characters, blade setup, info. There are many places in the world of all rest where you'll need field skills to proceed. Even if an obstacle seems impassable at first, it's worth getting a bit closer to see if you can do something about it. What happens if you fall off of the Titan? Oh, I can show you. That's a scream.
I blame gravity for that one.
Don't get careless.
Wow, actually funny writing. Also, where are we? Where did it send us to? I guess this is where that cutscene took place, but it kind of warped us ahead after said cutscene, so I'm not quite sure where to go from here. Anyways, it just warps you back, that's all. I would have thought we would have gone back to the campfire, but okay. Hopefully it's not too far up ahead. Was it here? Okay, we're fine, we're fine.
Aren't we intrepid?
I kind of want to hear what happens to Jin's voice if he falls off, though. I like the system where, like, this is kind of what I was expecting the actual Xenoblade 2 to be, where both of the characters you play as are kind of like equal parts of the story and the combat and whatnot. And here that's the case, but in Xenoblade 2 it really isn't. So that's kind of nice, because I was like really hoping to see this from the original game, and unfortunately I didn't, so we're finally getting it, and that's good. That brought up many more questions. Them falling off and just warping back, I don't know. Mario does the same thing when he falls off of a cliff, and you don't see anybody interrogating him. I don't know. Anyways, let's run down this road for like the 3rd time now. What happens if we jump off like this now? Flower.
Can we use this?
I don't know, you tell me, Chef. Chef Boyardee.
With all my might.
Wow. Not quite as dynamic as Breath of the Wild, is it? What happens if you fall down there, I wonder? Is there a way up? Yes, there is. I'm just curious if there's any, like, collectibles down there. There is. Let's examine.
Here we go.
Yeah, I want to practice this Jin a little bit more anyways, because I haven't really gotten much time to use him. Okay, so Chill Stroke works as a back attack, Snow Blast is best as a side attack, and Star Slash is kind of whatever. Okay. See, this is the thing though, is because when you have multiple drivers, you can have one, like, to distract the enemy, and then me as Jin, I would be able to go back behind them and actually get that rear hit, but they're always facing me because I'm the only driver around, so, that is not doable for now.
There's something here. Here we go.
Here we go again.
Here we go again! Also, you'll notice that around the character that you're playing as, there's like a red circle and a yellow arrow. That kind of shows you, like, I believe, who is being targeted.
You're doing well.
I don't know if there's like any secondary meaning to like the red circle, if like that's like who you're playing as, or if that's like, if that happens on all drivers, but kind of shows you like where all of the focus is in the middle of a battle like that. Oh, right, tree. Yeah, the exploration in these games is like, it's a very different kind. At least, you know, I made a bit of a jokey Breath of the Wild comparison, but I don't know.
Can we use this?
Monolith Soft is really known for like, these like very sprawling environments, so... And
This is an unfamiliar vista.
an unfamiliar vista? Okay. It is, though. Like, the area we're exploring right now is brand new, but I believe later on in the game we'll find some returning areas from 2. And by returning, I mean, I guess the areas in 2 are returning from this more so, because this technically comes first. Let's see. If you try targeting all sorts of enemies, you'll occasionally encounter ones whose target icon looks different from that of normal enemies. We call those unique monsters, and they're a little bit special. Oh boy. Unique, yeah, so these are just like powered up versions of normal enemies, and they're kind of like optional bonus tough encounters, I guess. But we're on easy mode. Yeah, they're not a challenge for the faint-hearted. You want to make sure you're prepared if you plan on surviving the powerful attacks they often wield. If you defeat a unique monster, a tombstone will remain at the site where it fell in memory of its legendary life. Some even say that if you press A at the tombstone, the monster will rise from its grave to reclaim its former glory.
There's something here.
Yeah, I'm just here to look at the bugs, please.
Take the initiative.
Ready for some more?
Yeah, so now you can see that I have 2 arrows because I'm being focused on by 2 enemies at a time.
Snow blast.
Snow Blast!
I like the way this is going.
This music slaps though. Cha.
See that?
Take this.
Let's see. Let me see if I can round anybody else into this before the battle ends.
This should do nicely.
They're just some unique monsters, I think. Nothing low level like this.
Snow blast.
Okay, I think I'll switch back to Laura. It's kind of weird that it like unloads and reloads them when you do the switch, rather than just, you know, switching control, but sure. Oh! Good poppin'.
Spoiling for a fight. Happy to oblige.
I'll protect you.
Common thorn.
I feel you.
You read my mind.
Oh, so the HP potion thing also inflicts break. So if you look at the top there, you'll notice that there was a kind of a purple bar that appeared for a quick second over the enemy's HP bar. Let me see if I can charge it again here. Yeah.
Feel unstoppable.
Now that's more.
Oh, it actually didn't. Okay, well they're just dead. But there are different like things that you can inflict, and then if enemies meet certain conditions, then you can use other certain attacks to kind of like combo off of those, which in and of itself inflicts new things, and then you can piggyback off of that and create some like very like interesting chains. Caliber Squirt Box. Yeah, okay.
I think we've been spotted.
It's playing the normal enemy music, so I think we're fine to fight this thing. Although we are evenly leveled, so let's see. I'm gonna have to pull out all the waiting. I've done a whole lot of waiting in this game. It's the hardest waiting of any game, but this time I'm gonna have to wait my hardest. Yeah, so let's see if I can pull it off here. Yeah, so now it says break. So that little bar shows how long that condition is going to apply, and during that window, if there's another driver who has like an ability that can complement that, if you use that, it'll actually like, I believe it inflicts topple, which renders them vulnerable and unable to attack themselves for a while. It'll like knock them over.
Easy. I have to.
May the next one go as swiftly.
Oh. I thought this was like an enemy, but okay. The mechanism looks ancient. There's nothing here for us now. I'm sure that's why that's here, because it's pointless. definitely not tying into anything else. Do we want to farm here? There's some higher enemies here. So right now, we're kind of dealing with a lot of, like, docile encounters, but some enemies, so like these guys, they don't care. They'll only engage a battle if we attack them first, but some enemies will be different. Some will only join into a battle if you're already fighting, like, a nearby enemy. Some will just be, like, super chill and just not do anything unless provoked. But some really just want to fuck with you. So I'm worried that those level 30 things are that kind, and they're gonna get real mean with us. So I'm gonna watch my back for now. Any trees coincidentally nearby, perhaps?
I'm all adventured out.
Let me know if you want to rest.
Yeah, that's nowhere near tall enough, nor wide enough. Oh, I see, it's just a ladder. Yeah, these symbols kind of show you what you can interact with in terms of that.
We made it. Good
Did we?
stuff.
Doesn't seem so
I guess I
bad.
wasn't even trying to really pay attention to where we're actually supposed to go, but I guess I'm going the right way.
These guys should be no problem.
I won't enjoy this.
These are some very non-threatening enemies.
My senses are heightened.
Yeah, we've got this.
Woo! Did you guys hear the sound that thing made? I think it's like some sort of stock sound effect because it sounded a lot like a sound that I heard during Spyro. You guys remember that playthrough?
I feel unstoppable.
It's totally the same sound. It must be like from some sort of sound library.
Open wide.
I've never heard that used in another game. That's nuts. Wait a second. Affinity. Yeah, so there's like some flow charts that we're gonna have to look at now. System? Oh, characters. Cute. Now he's holding a quill instead of a knife. Let's see. Affinity chart. Yeah, supposedly I'm unlocking these things as I
feel
play
like
along, but...
half the battle is living to fight another day.
Yeah, so basically what we're looking at now is... You guys should be happy I'm here to explain this, because I had nobody to explain this to me, and it did not go well. But basically, as you play through the game and meet certain conditions, you'll basically fill in these spots on the affinity chart, and as you continue to fill them out, you'll notice that there's like different rings that you reach, and the further out of the ring you go, the harder the abilities are to get, but the more helpful they are. So if we look here, the condition is, you know, finish an enemy, 0 out of 10, or attack from behind, 0 out of 15. So once you meet those conditions, you'll get, you know, increases damage dealt by 35% on every Vanguard switch, stuff like that. So that's a thing you can do. I don't really pay too much attention to this unless it's like something that I need to progress, but we should be fine for the time being. But I'm just kind of laying down the groundwork of this is a thing that exists. I just spent like 10 minutes reading the wiki about the worlds. Yeah. The lore in this game, it gets pretty bonkers. So is there any affinity related to lore? There is. Okay, so let's see. Right, so I think with blades, that's how their affinity charts work, but here, you can see that in the bottom right here that there's like skill points that I'm getting, and basically those are just used as currency to just unlock whatever you'd like as you progress. So let's see which I would like. I could probably use this, I think.
I'm coming along in leaps and bounds.
In leaps and bounds! Yeah, okay. That should be fine for now. It seems Xeno 1 is just Bionicle, and Xenoblade 2 is Bionicle, but more complicated, and also kind of makes more sense, but not really. Yep! I mean, I don't really
These guys should be
have any place to say as far as the Bionicle comparisons, but regarding the makes more sense, but not really, yeah, just about. Personally, I find that Xenoblade 1 is easier to follow than 2,
You read my mind.
but I think that's just because I was more interested in throughout Xenoblade 1, because 2 is really just... I mean, I'll do a playthrough of it eventually, because this is like the prequel to it now,
Alright,
but
follow my lead.
Laura, stay close.
yeah, not a fan to say the least.
I guess they had backup.
From what I've read, I agree. That 2 is bad, you mean? Listen, I gotta save the dumping on Xenoblade 2 for when I actually play Xenoblade 2. I'm liking Torna so far. I'm just let me have a happy time.
Debatable.
I'm sure. What do you mean debatable? Debatable whether or not I'll like this game much longer, Jin? Yeah, pretty much.
That was nice and easy.
May the next one go as swiftly.
Can I get this, maybe? There we go. The Cropwoods of Yorn. Okay. The amount that the enemies are leveling up as we progress is like kind of starting to ramp up pretty quickly, so I might want to do a couple more of these encounters before moving on. Even though I had it set on easy, I don't want to make any risks here. As long as I'm like evenly matched against what I'm going up against, we should be fine.
Never again, never again.
I just don't want to have to feel like compelled to like clear out every single area just to move on, because I can't imagine that. Like right now these are pretty short battles and we're not doing very many of them at the moment, so it's probably fine for now, but I'm worried that it's gonna get a little tedious if I do focus on that too much, so... Easy mode for now seems to alleviate that, so we'll see.
You're a lifesaver.
I feel unstoppable.
I fight for my friends. Last push.
I was kind of hoping we could like get a level 4 special, but we're nowhere near that point. We haven't really reached any battles that last that long, but...
We intrepid.
I'll start with these guys and then maybe kind of expand through the level 8s as the battle goes on.
I think we've been spotted.
This is less than tenable.
Indeed we have.
Keep going. Don't lose the flow.
Yeah, so you'll notice that the rightmost of these 4 symbols in the bottom right is blank. So each of these correspond to the, you know, the A, B, X, Y button layout. So, you know, if I press the left one, then it's like the left button. You know, so in that case Y, in this case B. So as you use the X, Y, B abilities, you know, all the abilities except for the one that are blank, right? You'll notice that there is a similar kind of red thing that's filling up around the rightmost one. And all the other ones automatically fill up just as we do the auto attacks, but that one actually requires you to actually use proper inputs to charge. And now you can see that it's changed from a 1 to a 2, so based on the number that is, using that allows you to do like a big old special.
Alright, follow my lead.
And I believe
Enjoy this.
3 is like the best, but if you keep going beyond them, there's like a best S you can get that's like a level 4 and it has like a fancy cutscene.
Now we're getting into the rhythm. Spinning wheel!
But as you can see, it resets whenever a battle ends, so I haven't actually gotten into anything that lasts long enough for me to actually trigger it, but I'm excited to see what it looks like. Let's see, is there anyone else can round into this? You? You interested? Get over here. Hey, cool.
Don't overdo it.
I'm fine. Just fine.
Why? Oh, I guess Jin finished off that other thing. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a while before we see that level 4 thing.
This is becoming addictive.
I feel like there was something that I dropped or didn't get or something back here, but maybe not. Oh, speaking of cutscenes.
Looks like Hayes isn't here yet.
Eh?
What the?
Oof.
This should be the village of Feltley.
It's almost like glass. Rumor among the mercs says that's the hallmark of the Aegis.
But why would he do this?
Oh no. The goofy ass run.
Jin!
You know what, I literally forgot that there were like Mechonis in Xenoblade 1. I guess that's what I'm talking about when it works. But this is like more Gundam-y.
Ready to put another win under our belts?
Staying with the flow of battle.
Well, I guess speaking of getting that level 4, let's see if this is going to be the time to do it.
If I must.
And as I said before, you'll notice that the auto attacks kind of go in a 1-2-3 rhythm. It looks like the kick that she does is the 3. And depending on which of those kind of beats you time your art on, that also kind of affects how powerful it'll be. So the 1, if you do it on 1, then obviously you could do it like sooner. But if you wait until 3, it'll be more powerful, but you leave yourself open for longer. So it's kind of the trade-off that you take.
For my bond.
I can still improve. I have to.
Well then, that was like a... I thought that was going to be like a climactic thing, but even then we didn't get to 4. Not even 3.
This is no normal monster.
Not an Ardanian Titan weapon either.
Maybe it's Malice's.
Get down, you two!
Uh-oh, I think it's beginning. Please, I'm begging you, don't do this. I've been enjoying myself so far. Holy smokes. Or should I say holy cow? Oh no.
Looks like Malos's artificers are still roaming around.
So it was.
And so it begins. Welcome to the 90% of Xenoblade 2 that's horny.
Wait a minute.
And I thought Okami was... Never mind, I'm satisfied. He's handsome!
The emblem of Torna.
You are...
Look at...
right? Wow, I can't believe it.
Look at this
I came all
dude.
the way out here, and who do I say but the paragon of Torna and his driver? You're so young. That core crystal was stolen 17 years ago. Quite a feat to pull off that heist at that age.
Guys, he's pretty. Uh-oh.
I don't know yet. I did just save you after all.
Look at this dude.
Oh,
I love
how
him.
anonymous.
Laura, there's no point in talking.
Have it your way.
Burger King. Oh boy. I mean, this boss battle theme slaps, but... Are we fighting Mithra, actually? I mean, cool premise I get, but I hate her design. It's so horny. You can tell what the artist was thinking when they made this. Honestly, you guys know that one ProZD video or whatever? Where it's like this weeb being like, well, actually, if you look at the creator intention, it's actually a clever twist on, you know what I mean? It's actually like a tongue-in-cheek. It's actually the opposite. And then it, like, cuts to this dude who's, like, supposed to be, like, playing the creator. He's like, nah, I just wanted to see some titties. That's what this game is. Through and through. Okay, but can I at least get the 4? No, and he's dead. This is a good theme, though. I at least wanted to listen to that a little bit longer. Hardly even got started. Maybe easy mode was a bit of a bad idea. Also, hey, Circaboon. You got here just in time for the bad stuff to kick in.
The hell are these two? They're just a driver and blade. Where's this strength coming from?
Well, he is the paragon of Torna.
I've had enough.
What? No. There's no need for you to...
I'm watching this on crisp college Wi-Fi. Oof.
You!
Look at his fucking vacuum-sealed titties. It's glorious.
Incredible! You! Both of you!
Also, his smile's adorable.
That last attack, the force behind it was absurd. I'm amazed.
Oh, really? Well, that's just...
Oh, and passing the weapon. What a concept. How did you ever come up with that idea?
Oh, well,
Precious.
we were broke.
Huh?
We couldn't afford meals, let alone another sword. And so we made
Oh,
do.
never mind. He's very expressive, though. I love him.
Oh, man.
I will say, though, it's nice not to see Rex, because I really disliked him.
Huh?
Can you imagine if we didn't get Rex? Imagine the boys we could have seen.
Master Adam! Sir!
Who's this lad?
Milton!
Milton.
Oh, thank goodness you're all right. Master Adam, are you hurt at all? Master Adam? You can't be the Adam Origo.
The Lord of Aletta, and fourth in line to the throne of Torna.
Oh, come on, Milton. I've been with him the whole time. You really think these two would cause any harm?
Don't bend over like that, Mithra. Please, you're better than
Dumb
this.
artifice again, haven't you?
Oh, he's like a baby Nia.
Yeah, sure.
I'm liking him already.
That's right.
I mean, Mithra is still here, but generally the cast that we're coming across so far is like much better than 2.
This is Hayes. She rescued me from the jaws of some nasty monsters.
She's also from 2, but yeah, she's got like no personality. Who knows? Maybe that'll change here,
I'd
but
better give her my thanks.
I don't really care for her.
Hayes!
Oh, was she with you?
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, my lady.
I see. So that's when... What a sad, sad tale, Nora.
Oh, here we go again. Don't let it get cold now.
So, like, are all of the cats from Gormati just sassy Welsh people? Because I love it. Nia was, like, my favorite character in 2. I'm glad there's, like, a bit of her spirit still here.
I guess I like the freedom. This way I'm not tied down. So I can help out. With causes I really believe in, you know? Going's tough everywhere you look these days, right? Can't ignore it, can I?
I understand.
Fat load of good that'll do, in the long run. The world keeps turning anyway.
Mithra, I don't think you can use that analogy when it's like not a planet.
But mercenaries and statesmen each have their own views and ways to effect change. It's not in vain.
A blade siding with humans. You don't see that every day.
How can these people talk without moving their mouths? Yeah,
I think
oof.
it's blades like you that are rare.
So right now what's happening right now is we're kind of going through a bunch of, like, not
You do
procedural,
know
but...
I am, right?
Lacking in compassion.
It's kind of just going through a bunch of, like... what's the word I'm
Blades
looking
like
for?
you really are a rare sight. That may be for the best.
It's kind of like Animal Crossing, you know, where it's kind of just like a set of like pre-whatever animations. And then it just goes through like, you know, it goes through like a list and whichever one's the best or whatever. It's not, that's not
Suppose you have to
procedural.
take him away from
Obviously a person set up this thing. But basically you'll notice like the same animations and the same robotic head turns like that. showing up in a lot of these cutscenes. Some of them are hand animated, but these ones are kind of just, you know, they go through a set of a small handful of animations. Their mouths just open and close, and their bodies rotate robotically.
How about you two join up? Lend us your strength. You're incredibly powerful.
Adam's lip syncing in particular looks great though, because his mouth is in like a constant smile, so when it opens and closes, he's kind of just going like
We'll say I found the Paragon on my journey and decided to entrust him to you. To help with Malos. Well, sound plausible?
It's like the fucking dog of wisdom.
He's so cute.
How dare he speak to me like that? He thinks he knows me.
Course is the word.
Yeah, he is.
There's that
I
rotate.
meant you.
Me?
He meant you're unpolished. After you return to your core, you lose your memories. However, as you gain experience with people, gradually the nature of a blade, rather their feelings, they change and grow. You become more and more human.
Sorry, what was that? I was too busy looking at his titties.
Purposely keep yourself apart.
Oh, so now it's my fault?
No, not at all. I respect that part of you.
Oh, I love him. He's so goofy. Oh, ew! That fucking generic anime blush. Get the hell out of here.
Hey, are you angry about this whole Malos thing?
I'm not. Whatever happens, I'll protect you. Be sure of it. We cannot simply ignore what's happening in the world. But
What?
please say you'll be careful.
I will.
I want to know more about this little dude. He looks
Your
great.
Highness,
Just Adam is fine. What is it?
the going after Malos thing. Could it wait a few days?
Oh, is there something you need to do first?
Well, yes.
You see, Lady Laura seeks the whereabouts of her mother. Unfortunately, she has her mercenary duties to perform. Therefore, I often go out and conduct these searches myself.
How was your day, Griffin? Good, thank you for asking.
Then you found her?
How about you,
Yes.
Circaboon?
With all that happened yesterday, I did not have the opportunity to say. My lady, your mother is currently residing in a small hamlet called Torrigoth.
Torgoth sounds familiar. Where is that?
Torrigoth.
That's on the edge of Gormott.
Right.
Ardanian and Cian forces clash out there frequently. It's very dangerous.
I moved into a dorm so tiring. Good for you.
Indeed.
Rice recently
Right.
moved into a dorm as well.
No time to waste. Let us head out there.
What? But what about your mission?
You don't want to see your mother?
Of course, but
Then let's go. Malos hasn't hit that part of the world yet.
Yet.
It's as good a place as any to look.
you're hoping we might find him there.
Exactly.
That sounds too easy.
We go to the village of Torragoth to find Malos. And you go to Torragoth to find your mother. Everybody wins.
And once I found my mother, I join up with you?
That's the general idea. I'll send my people to notify your mercenary friends. And perhaps we could find a place for your mother in the capital. It should be safe there.
Is this normal princely behavior?
Man, there's like some weird artifacting going on with
You think this
who
is bad?
Hayes?
Just stick around for a bit.
Hayes' little ribbon thing.
Nobody's
Ain't looking too good.
making you come along, you know.
Well, unfortunately, a driver and blade are one in body and soul.
As if you don't do whatever you feel like anyway.
I love this dude. You tell her.
I know this is all very sudden.
Another thing you'll notice about
We
these
don't
games,
know
if you're not
where
familiar
we'll
with them,
run
is
into
that
Malos
the timing of the dialogue can
It
be
makes
very
sense to
weird,
stick
because
together
all the
as much
cuts
as
and
we
the
can.
animations and the mouth movements are like timed to Japanese dialogue. So sometimes that'll result in like the cutscene. Who is this?
That.
Look at his lips! But sometimes you'll notice it being paced like a little bit faster or a little bit slower. And then when they replace the audio with the English lines, sometimes there's like long pauses where there shouldn't be, or sometimes it's kind of like the same thing that happened with Sonic Adventure 2. It gets very weird. Anyways, this stuff. I love his expression. Yeah, so I kind of know what's going on here because of stuff that happened in Xenoblade 2, but I'm assuming that will kind of explain it a little bit more here. So, in case it spoils anything, I'll keep silent on what's going on with this dude. But it kind of had a couple of, you know, black and white flashbacks that kind of explain what was going on.
And
This is very awkward. It's like having an uncomfortable conversation at work. So, weather, huh? Or Oblivion dialogue. That's another very good comparison to draw.
Give me some time to take care of this, okay?
Give me some time to take care of this.
I'll be in touch.
This guy's got a hell of a face.
Funny thing. Never thought I'd get to take back that paragon. What I stole in the first place.
In the first place. It's really nice to have some more company around here. Really makes fighting a breeze, too. Oh my god. Again, another thing you'll notice is that Mithra has a hell of a vocal fry, so let's really lean into that. Well, yeah, what did you expect? The monsters around here don't stand a chance against me. Your power is on a completely different level, true. But that's not what Laura was trying to say, Aegis. Laura doesn't think of the blades as mere tools of their drivers. To her, they're partners in arms, am I right? Exactly. When I said we have more company, I was talking about all three of you. I don't care whether you're a blade or a driver. I'm just happy that we get to share our time together. Okay then, that's a pretty weird way of thinking if you ask me. You think so? Should we perhaps be on our way to Yanchik Harbor now? Where? If we keep to the road, it should take us straight there. The regular boat from Yanchik to Gourmand, is it? As far as I know, it's still running, but we should probably hurry all the same. Actually, you know what it really reminds me of? This Sparrow game you played's cutscenes? Yes, those! Actually, I don't think you guys got here when it happened. I think Femi was here earlier. Milton. Okay, party has changed. So Adam's on our party now. Team Adam. Great. But there's, you know, there was like an enemy early on in that Sparrow game, and when it died it made like a kind of gurgling noise. Blade switch. Oh, hold on. There's an enemy that makes that noise in this game too. Anyways, you'll be able to blade switch when a team contains two blades. Performing a blade switch while exploring or in battle lets you select which of the blades will participate in the action. You can perform a blade switch by pressing... Wait a second, what? Oh, okay, so it's saying that I can switch between Jin or Hayes, because she's with me as well. Okay. You can choose the battle participants to suit your playstyle, or as the situation requires. Cool. God, the people on NPR have super bad vocal fry. I don't think anything comes to the level of what Mithra has. Anyways, time for some slapping battle music. Oh, there's that bass piano I've missed so much. And Adam's with us too now, so that's great. Let me try to ram more enemies into this. Let's get a real good... Oh, never mind. It immediately cancelled. What's this? It's some kind of weird mist? Must be an ether miasma. We should do something about this before it ends up blocking the way to the harbor. This wasn't here when I passed through before. It does seem to have sprung up fairly recently. Bother, this is the only way through to the harbor where the ship departs. And there are monsters too. Maybe the miasma attracted them somehow. Indeed. We should handle this before more of them show up.
Just let me at that miasma. I'll blast it into next week.
Yes, and everything in a quarter-mile radius while you're at it.
What's the problem? Miasma's in the way. Mythra burns miasma. Miasma no longer in the way. Done.
Did I do it right? Mythra, the power you wield is undeniable, but all it takes is the slightest misjudgment, and we end up being no better than Melos. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think Hayes' power should be able to disperse it too. Oh, really? That would be very handy. Yes, I just need a moment of concentration. Do you think you could take care of them? That's what I was gonna do. Say no more. Mythra, you're up.
This seems like a ridiculously overcomplicated way to deal with things, but my driver's wish is my command.
That'll do. Let's go. What is this funk? Basically, it's just like an elemental barrier that you can use blades to get rid of. It in no way makes sense, but, you know, gameplay. You've just received a quest. I know how this works. Yep. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah, okay.
Spoiling for a fight.
Okay.
Happy to oblige.
Give me back the music that slaps. Unique art, talent art. Yeah, okay. Uh-huh. Okay. So again, if you guys are getting here just now, the normal battle theme slaps like you would not believe. Let me round this into it. Oh, there's like a barrier I can't escape from. Interesting. Guess it's kind of railroading me for now. I'm super glad Spyro found his way into Xenoblade after his series died. Hold on, now it's Hayes' time to shine. Not so fast. Uh-oh. That wasn't all the monsters. The miasma has attracted more. We can't do our thing until they're all dealt with.
Well that's lame.
Lame it may be, but we can't give up now. That's this game in a nutshell.
Spoiling for a fight.
Okay.
Happy to oblige.
Can this music go on for more than like 30 seconds maybe?
I fight for my friends.
Oh, never mind. They're already down.
With you there.
Okay, Adam's got this one. Watch out! Now there's 4! Are we done yet? Seems like it. Hayes, if you would. Right away. Hey, that's the Heart of Darkness to Kingdom Hearts from Kingdom Hearts. I don't know a goddamn thing about Kingdom Hearts, but sure. Yeah, okay, Ether Miasma. Yeah. Opens the way. You get rid of a thing. You need certain blades to get rid of it. I know what to do. Seems like I can walk into it just fine. Wow.
The ether miasma's gone.
Look, over there. There's so much ether around here. We're bound to find some nice stuff if we look around. So the abundance of ether must have been what made the miasma form in the first place. Indeed. Well, if you run into any more miasmas, I trust you'll do the honors, Hayes. Of course, leave it to me. I'm so glad you're with us.
Otherwise, I'd be forced to rely on that loose cannon Mythra, right?
No, that's not what I meant. You've always been my only blade, so you don't have any experience in working together with other blades. That's my fault, but I'm sure that by traveling with Hayes and Jin, you'll learn a lot about your own power. And that's a good thing, right?
Way to lay expectations on me. I'll give this cooperation thing a go, but I'm not making any promises about learning anything from it.
Miasma sounds like a Pokemon. Miasma just sounds dirty. Well, it looks like a stinky cloud, so I guess that's appropriate.
I'm glad we could be of help.
The miasma!
Anyways, we did a quest. Great.
This is
Oh,
becoming
ew, the
addictive.
miasma residue? You're right, it does sound gross.
Give me some of that miasma residue.
Alright. Can this perhaps be the time when we get the slapping music? It's slapping time. I thought there was oh, there's some enemies over here. Hold on. I really want to get a battle to drag out so the music can keep going. Okay, there we go. This is good. Perfect. Can I at least get to like that first chorus? Wow, we're already down to the last one. What are we fighting now? Oh, I guess this was the thing. I thought we were already fighting this, but I guess not. The feather vein of pain. God damn it, it ended just as I was about to get to the chorus. I'm sure we'll come across it sooner or later. You know, except for this funk battle music, this really isn't selling me on the game. Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff that we'll get into later on that's maybe like a little more interesting, but this is still very early on. There was some stuff that you missed, but yeah. I think we'll probably find more of it like a little bit later, but I wouldn't expect any more of it, at least until we get to Gormont maybe. Hey, are you drivers? Then you've come just in time. You passed that bridge coming here, right? I was headed for the Harad Hills that lie beyond, but then, well, some monsters came and settled down there, and now I've got a problem. Please, would you defeat them for me? Yeah, okay. Is this gonna be optional, maybe? The dunes are the only place you can find sand of that color and composition. If I don't make the delivery in time, my father will surely get physical. The less said of that, the better. Oh my. I hope you deal with them soon. I'll be waiting at the Feltney Village campsite. Yeah, okay, you do your thing, dude. It's mostly just the characters feel a little stunted right now. No, yeah, absolutely. There is some very good animation that comes along every now and again, but those are only for like very eventful cutscenes. Kind of moment-to-moment stuff like this is much more automated. As you can see, this is essentially a T-pose that everyone is standing in right now. Well, that was sudden.
Are we gonna do anything about it?
Personally, I do feel that ensuring Laura's happy reunion with her mother is our top priority, of course. But abandoning a person in need doesn't quite sit well with me either. If we extend a helping hand, we may receive assistance in return somewhere down the line. Yeah. So they're making us do it then. It really is a conundrum. It's your choice, Laura. Yeah, we're with you, whatever you decide. Thanks, guys. Let me think a while. It seems quite side-questy.
So consider it done.
I'll do it. Gormont can be part 2 or whatever. Community. The foundation of community is talking to the many and various inhabitants of Allrest. Speak to a person and you'll learn their name, job, and location. You can always check this information by going to the community menu found in the main menu. Talk to everyone you can and expand your community. Resolve an issue that a person listening to the community menu is struggling with and they'll give you a token of their support for you. Collect a lot and your community will go stronger. Raising the community level will cause more requests to become available. What comes around goes around. Spreading the community spirit lets Laura, Jin, and their allies make their mark on the world. Doing good for the benefit of Allrest is its own reward. Oh, and one more thing. The menu is automatically opened every time someone's info is added to the community screen, but that can be disabled in the game settings. Okay. This option is recommended for people who want to build community quickly. Oh, I guess this is the community menu. Kinda looks like the Breathe app on Apple Watch. Came. He came, he saw, he left. Oh, these guys are all back for some reason. It's part animation and part personality. Like, Mithra is literally just, whatever guys, I'm strong, anime laugh. I'm coming in like an hour into DLC though, so might not be the best thing to use for first impressions. Yeah, I mean, Mithra is a character that comes in from Xenoblade 2 as well, and I think there's nothing that will convince you to like Mithra, unless you just happen to like very gratuitous nudity. But personality-wise, yeah, that whole dealio, like, there's nothing there interesting story-wise.
Aren't we intrepid?
Laura, however, she is great. Let's see, so I guess I just turn around and go back to the bridge that was broken? You know I do. Circa, boom, don't. Oh wait, this is the dude. Isn't it? Defeat the monsters that have set up camp. Oh, okay, so just defeat the monsters. I thought we had to, like, meet up with this guy someplace, but this is much easier. We can, like, cross this, right? Where are we trying to get? Okay, it's this way. You can click in the stick to toggle the map, by the way. You can't stop me, Griffin. Please! Collection point.
This is becoming addictive.
Is it, though? You literally set him up for that. I don't know what you expected. I guess I don't. These dudes. The timid wolves. I see now. They're doing a grand job of blocking the way, aren't they?
Some people just don't know when to cut their losses and quit, I guess.
That's funny coming from you. I'm starting to feel for the monsters.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Lady Laura, should we intervene? Nah. They're just saying what they're thinking, and that's no easy thing. Sure, they might butt heads sometimes, but that doesn't mean they'll kill each other, right?
Right? Who the hell do you think you are?
Good line. Why don't you look in the mirror and ask yourself that? Great writing.
I hate this guy's guts.
Friendly banter between comrades is music to my ears. I'm sure that together we can go far. These are some very crusty looking enemies. Looks like they want to join the party. In that case, why don't we give them a warm welcome? Sir Kaboon, don't say that. She said a swear? Yeah, this game has swears in it. Watch out. Don't let your kids see this. Don't breathe this stuff. Oh, these guys are dropping. Whoa! Okay, this guy's new. Is he high level? He is. Oh, good. Oh, they're actually one of the enemies that we need to defeat. I guess that's the big one. The buffalo.
I'd rather we didn't have to deal with all these encounters.
Wow. That's all of them, right? Yeah, the red circle went away. So we finished it, right? I guess we did. Let's go. Yeah, the little marker for where we're supposed to go in that side quest updated, so let's follow that. Yeah, right this way. You know, I don't know why I'm impressed this game has swears when Mithra is dressed how she is. What are you talking about? What do you mean, it's? What could you possibly mean? Okay, that should do the trick. That ought to do it! Oh, you got rid of them. Driver sure have some skills. Thanks a bunch. Simple manual labor, my arse. Nothing simple about this, you codger. Oh, yeah, you'll notice that, all of these characters have, like, very European accents, so I'm choosing to do literally none of it, and when certain language comes in, it becomes very apparent that I'm not respecting the source material. Ugh, and still I've gotta hurry if I don't want to get fed a knuckle sandwich. Here, I've not got much to offer, but take this with my thanks. We work as gardeners in the capital, my dad and me, and if you're ever in the area, come say hi. Righto then. How much sand did we... Why are they looking for sand? Did he say we need it again? I'll remember along the way, I'm sure. We're sand collectors. Sand.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Man, but those monsters were a pain. Thanks for clearing the way for me. Dad and I... Okay. So it kind of gives you, like, a little... Oh. That's actually pretty handy then. It kind of shows you, like, the side quests that you've done, like... If you want to, like, I don't know... follow up on that or whatever. I won't, but it's nice that that feature's there. Yeah, there's no weird you lose clothes as you take damage mechanic. They're saving that for Xenoblade 3, obviously. What scares me the most... He just phased away! What scares me the most about Xenoblade 3 is that, I believe the current game that Monolith Soft is working on next is, like, unrelated to the Xenoblade series. I believe it's, like, kind of a Dark Souls-y kind of game. There's, like, a couple of renders that have come out from, like, hiring documents, because they're looking to hire people to work on the game. But the CEO of Monolith Soft has said in an interview that they want to make a game that's quote-unquote
violent, erotic, and mature.
So, you know,
We made it.
If this game...
Good stuff.
Doesn't seem so bad.
How much more can you really do? I'm scared. Here we are. Yanchik Harbor, is it? That's correct. I requested that they wait specifically for Lady Laura before they depart. Oh, nice one. Good thinking, Hayes. Looks like getting a ride to Gormont will be no trouble at all. Come on, let's go and have a chat with the captain. I want Xenoblade Dark Souls. Xenoblade is Dark Souls. It's the Dark Souls of RPGs. The two main ways of making your entire team stronger are leveling up. Okay, but you already told me this. At least it's explaining pouch items. I criticized that earlier, but I know how both of these things work. As a matter of fact, I've leveled up many, many times already, believe it or not. Yeah, I know how all this works. Yep. Know all of this. Cool. A passionate youngster. You all off to Gormont, then? Before you head out, you should check out all the glowy wider spots around each area. Excuse me? Wider spots? You can get some pretty rad items for those, and they tend to be different kinds depending on the location. Near rocks? Okay, he's just telling us about... Okay, I know how this works. You know, I don't think I want this dude in my community. No thanks. Well, you know what? That can be a good or a bad thing. Good because if they do make one, they can go out and be horny on main with that, and Xenoblade will go back to normal, or bad because it turns Xenoblade into that kind of game. I think no good can come of that.
The suspense is killing me.
She does say the suspense is killing me. Look at that. Get. And we're like, get out of here. So you're finally here, eh? I've been waiting for you. You going to Gormont? Yeah, let's get out of here. Hop on. I only just became a Titan ship captain's apprentice. It might be a bumpy ride. Try not to hurl or nothing. I'm sure the blades will be alright, but... Well... Look, they're gonna be horny on main. It's inevitable. Is it, though? Because actually, the situation that led to Xenoblade 2 being the way it was, because Monolith Soft doesn't have any, like, dedicated in-house art director. So the person who did the art for Xenoblade 1 is different than the one who did X, is different than the person who did 2. So this time, for Xenoblade 2, and I guess to a further extent this, it was largely, not entirely, but largely done by, I believe, Masatsugu Saito, who, you know... Who literally does hentai. So we know where that influence came from. But if you look at characters like Jin, I believe that's done by something or other Nomura, who actually does the art for Kingdom Hearts. And if you actually look at like the 2D artwork on the character select screen, you'll really see, you know, immediately see that, yeah, this is Nomura for sure. So lots of the character designs can be really hit and miss as a result. Oh, is this gonna be different music? Lady Laura, welcome to Lasham Cove. So this is Gormont, huh? It's so pretty. Is there no Gormont music? I think the grass really is greener on the other side. It's kind of a dream destination, isn't it? And that's why the area everyone's trying to claim it for themselves, running it for everyone else. Still, it's not like there's anywhere else to turn to. This is probably I want to get the new music. New music, please. Lady Laura's mother can feel secure these days. It looks like Omnis. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have found them in my 30 thing enough for that. Yeah, I suppose. Come on, let's do the work out of music. Okay, let's have the long road to take the truth there. Just remember that just run up. There was not like I need to tell you right now. Yes, I do say we have to ask you that. Shit! No, don't interrupt this again! And I don't care anymore. Yeah, that's really interruptive. It's like a new arrangement, but it's like the same Gormont melody. Oh, it's kind of got like a bit of a different palette too, and like new enemies, and like... This is a very cool way to like recontextualize existing areas. Their fucking saxophone! Oh, this sounds so good! Wowie. Okay, let's hop into some battles here.
These guys should be no problem.
Oh, wowie. Yo, wait, Nakamura did art for this? Is it Nakamura? Is it Nakamura Nomura? Hold on, I don't think you can pause in battle, but after I wrap this up, I'll show you the artwork for Jin. Oh, I think Nomura is the director of Kingdom Hearts, not the person who did the artwork for it. So maybe it is a Nakamura. I'm sorry, did Jin just say I'm feeling it? Oh, I hope he's not really feeling it. Oh. Oh, this slaps. I'm gonna be listening to this non-stop. Yeah, this. This dude. Very Kingdom Heartsy. Anyways. Oh! It's so good! Wow, this is such a cool take on Gormott, though. Oh, this is incredible. Yeah, if you're not, again, as I said a million times, if you're not familiar with Xenoblade, the music is incredible, and this really is a testament to that. Wowie. Let's see if we can go after this one too. Oh, battle ending. Turn that frown upside down. Aw, this is so good.
Alright, follow my lead.
Yeah, let's see if we can take this now.
Yes, they had backup.
Let's see, I'm hoping to charge my wand pretty soon because I want to worry about my health a little bit more often here.
Fine. Just fine. Don't overdo it. I'm fine. Just fine. Get back.
Okay, we should be good from here. Yeah, it looks like Laura loses health pretty quickly. Catch! Yeah, unfortunately no buckles.
We make such a wonderful team, you and I.
Don't we? I'm about as nimble as you are, royal.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, I'm really getting into this now. This music alone has really like, wow, we are on the right way to Gormott though, right? Okay, we're good. Yeah, I was thinking this looks a little different than how it does in 2, but I guess, you know, 500 years changes a lot. I don't think we can do anything with these.
Aren't we intrepid?
Fucking listen to this! Laura's design reminds me of Cordelia from Fire Emblem. Oh, it kinda does, you're right. This is going ham! This is right up my alley.
We made it. Good stuff.
Doesn't seem so bad.
Thank you, Tutorial Man. Green Barrel.
The suspense is killing me.
Yeah, don't mind your stuff, guys.
Aren't we intrepid?
Yo, this slaps, right? And now we're gonna get a night version? I might do like a little more exploring in the overworld just so I can hear the nighttime variation as well.
I do love it.
I think with
Oh, this might be a little above my abilities, but I'm on easy mode, we'll see. Yeah, we're fine.
I'd rather we didn't have to deal with all these encounters.
Well, that wasn't anything to write home
For once, I actually disagree, Laura.
These guys should be no problem.
I've got high hopes for you, Laura.
More trouble?
It's been a while since, yeah, so bunnets are usually like very, very generic enemies, but there's some other, like, it took us a while to get to these. I just remember, like, oh yeah, bunnets are a thing. These are like the Goombas of Xenoblade. see, any other enemies that can rope into prolong the music? Not really. Although maybe. Although maybe. Hold on.
I'll give you a hand.
Okay, you should be able to hear the chorus now.
How about this?
Get ready, here it comes. Listen to this shit.
Now's the time to push. How about this? Let me magnify that.
It slaps.
Say, Laura, what do you do when the going gets tough?
Well, I suppose I start thinking about people dearest to me.
Loved ones.
Oh dear.
Solid plan.
Right.
Ooh, listen to this.
After that, it's hard not to end up grinning like an idiot.
This is a hell of an exchange, by the way. Usually the after battle thingies don't go on that long, but okay. It does more than slap, it smacks. Yeah, let's get to like level 14 or 15 before going into the city.
Uh-oh. I think we've been spotted.
You think? I think so far the better approach to be taking, because Laura takes a lot of damage pretty quickly, at least the way I play her. So I think the better thing to do is like try to get at them to like focus on Adam, and then I can like kind of go from behind and try stuff from there. Also haven't tried playing as Jin in a while. Let's see.
Spoiling for a fight.
When I go into these battles, I'm kind of like looking at like what's nearby to see if I can kind of like chain the encounter into like a further battle. Not only to prolong the music, but just so I can like keep my arts and stuff. Yeah, the risk versus reward isn't just about keeping your arts, it's also about getting to hear more of the music, which is in and of itself a reward.
Don't lose the flow.
Getting up right.
Let me magnify that for you.
That one blew me away.
How about this? I'll give you a hand.
Open wide.
Not working.
Makes my power boundless.
Now that's
Okay, let's get this while I can. Good. Now we're cooking.
Let me magnify that.
Let's see, any other chain opportunities? No, this is probably gonna be the last one. And I know that that battle music hasn't lasted very long every single time, but I should note that there is like, it goes into like a second chorus, and like there's a lot more to that song than even beyond that point. It's a pretty long loop, all things considered, so when we inevitably do get into a bit more of like a lengthy encounter, I really look forward to you guys getting to hear that, because God, listen to this though, never mind the battle music. Oh, oh my God, wow. Wow, we just live streamed the battle music for an hour.
Aren't we intrepid?
I kind of just like don't want to do anything so I can revel in the music. Oh my God, you got some new BRB music now, that's for sure. I sure do, I guess. I'm really, like, glad that a Xenoblade game has been able to make me happy again, though, because I didn't like X. 2 had elements that were there, but ultimately I was very disappointed by it, and 1 was such, like, an incredible all-around experience for me, and so far this is kind of leaning more towards the stuff that I liked about 1 than the stuff I disliked about 2, so I'm very excited to continue seeing more of that, because, wowee, this has been really impressing me so far, I gotta say. Oh, sorry, what is this creature above me? The creature! Oh shit, level 17. Well, if we can't take this down, it'll be quite momentous, so let's see if we can pull it off. Yeah, maybe this is going to be like the big chance we have to like charge up our special art to like 4, but we'll see how the pacing goes. Can you focus on Adam, maybe?
I'm fine. Just fine.
I'll give you a hand.
I fight for my friends.
Oh, we did it. Cool.
What an incredible feeling.
Myself.
That got kind of a little bit close though, so
Aren't you
I guess
forgetting
17 is kind of the benchmark for where to start watching out.
something? Just don't
At least for
shoulder
now.
the burden yourself. You have us to rely on too sometimes.
The after battle banter, it seems like they put a little more work into it than was present in the base campaign of 2. Holy shit! I guess it's the same music for day and night for Gormott now, but I do not mind. God damn it. Let's see. They really went all out with this, wow. I wasn't expecting new overworld music, but that's so cool if they actually like went to that length to like redo the overworld music for like what I'm assuming is all of the areas and have like new orchestrated arrangements that slap just as hard as the actual versions. It's gonna be cool and people are gonna be like, oh well, which is your favorite version of Gormott? The Torna version or the Xenoblade version? And it's gonna be like, whoa, well I like this one or I like this one. It's like now there's even more slapping to choose between. I will say though, comparing Xenoblade 2's battle music to this, there is no comparison. This is far and away like probably my favorite, you know, just default encounter theme. Was that a topple? No, I just fell over. When it's a topple, usually they stay down here and
Wonderful team, you and I.
Don't be. I'm about as nimble as you are, royal.
I'll drink to that.
you know, let's kind of start with this one and kind of work our way around the tree to the higher level enemies.
Stay close.
Adam's a little behind though, so I want to make sure he gets his share too. But using bonus XP, we should be fine. Also, I'm really not paying attention to like the names of these attacks because there's an attack where this thing throws up and it's called juicing the fruit, and I really feel like I should point that out because, wow.
Aren't we intrepid?
Aren't we intrepid? Aren't we tripping? Oh no, not Jin. Is there like a button you can press to like throw a rock at an enemy to like get their attention and start a battle? I can't seem to trigger it, whatever that button is. It might be L?
I really don't know what I'd do without you, Laura.
We got a juice on him. You know I had to juice it to him. Okay, now you've got their attention. Yeesh. Okay, now we're cooking.
Our bond makes my power boundless.
Time for one last push.
Catch.
I'll give you a hand.
Heal while there's time.
Now the real battle begins.
This is less than tenable.
Oh, that was a little late, but okay. Also, during that battle, I don't know if you heard it amongst the the crowd of screaming voices, but there was a single line there where Jin said something along the lines of like, "Our bonds make my power boundless," or something like that. I don't know. I think that's a very cute thing to say. I kind of awed at that. Let's see, we're not quite at level 50, but whatever's gonna bring us to that point is probably on the way back.
They'll live to regret.
I don't know, 15 might be a little bit overkill, but we'll see what's going on with that crowd of fellows over there. I only heard rest in peace. He certainly says that too. Which honestly, considering it's Jin, also makes me go, aww. I love that these dudes just make like normal ass horse noises.
You're always looking ahead, Adam. Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh?
Ew.
Such as?
Just don't shoulder all the burden yourself. You have us to rely on too sometimes.
It'd be nice if there was like at least an option, because there's subtitles during like the cutscenes and everything, but those are kind of harder to hear. The audio mixing can kind of be a little weird, and I know that I made the music louder on purpose, but it's quieter than the rest of the. That's the sound. That's the spiral enemy that I was talking about. Did you hear it? Oh, this slaps though.
No problem.
This is just the way I do things.
See, that's the thing. I mean, I do kind of want to hear the after-battle banter, but the music, ooh, that's what I really want to hear.
This can't continue.
How about turn that crown upside down?
I did hear it, yes! And I hate that I recognized it immediately. Yeah, I did too. I was like, wait a second. It is very iconic, though. Let's see. The bird that was sitting here, like, flew away, but I don't know if that's because they, like, noticed us, or if... No, I guess it's just gone. That was a shame. I was kind of hoping to, like, combo it into another battle. That said, we're getting close to level 15.
This is becoming addictive. These guys should
The
be
Canoe
no
Squarer.
Stay
Oh,
focused.
these enemy names are delightful. They're gonna bring in the Screaming Shrieks next, and we're gonna leave the stream as soon as they do. I also know exactly what you're talking about with that one. Okay, let's see if we can round these things into it. You, no, and you also like walk slower once you like draw your weapon. So, although I think if you do like R and B, then you can run, and then they'll still kind of like chase you. And then you can do this, and then you can... Okay, so that's a much easier way to go about it then. I forgot I could do that. It's all coming back to me.
My senses are heightened.
Juice in the fruit, baby!
Don't overdo it.
I'm fine.
Ugh. Come on, can I please get that potion charged? I'm not doing too good. Come on, drop it in a good spot. Okay, we're good.
What an incredible feeling.
Nice. Let's see. Well, Laura's 14. Adam just hit 14.
Alright, follow my lead.
Laura's safety is my charge.
Laura's safety is my job? I thought you guys like had a relationship or something. What do you mean your job? You say it like you don't want to do it.
You read my mind.
We make such a wonderful...
That said, if that really is, how do you think of Laura, Jim?
I'm about as nimble.
Are you single and looking?
royal.
I'll drink to that.
Man, I'm just kind of having fun exploring the overworld here. And kind of just buffing into these enemies. Like, it is grinding, but the music and the combat makes it actually, like, enjoyable.
Regret this.
There's like enough depth here where it's like, it doesn't feel mindless, even though a lot of it is kind of auto-attacking and waiting. I don't know, it's got like a fun sense of strategy to it. You know, as most JRPGs do. As a matter of fact, as JRPGs exclusively do.
You're always looking ahead, Adam. Aren't you forgetting something?
Pinch button.
Such as?
Just don't shoulder all the
God, this
burden.
overworld music though.
You have us to rely on too sometimes.
It's his cause, not job? Oh, okay. You see though, if they provided subtitles for the after-battle banter, then I wouldn't know that. I think I used the potion thing much too early because I seem to need it like a little bit later on into the battle, but early on I really don't need that to be the first thing that I
I
use.
can still improve.
That's probably why I run into the trouble that I do. Oh, hello, level 14 enemy.
Alright, follow my
Actually, Laura just hit 15, so we should be able to go to the village now. I'll do it after this. No, he ain't single. No anime boys for you. Fuck!
Superb, guys. Keep that up. Heart and thorns. You read my mind.
Yeah, we're chewing through these dudes now. We should be fine.
I wish everything.
Or should we? This thing targeted us. The Rogel. Yo, the Rogel Squadron?
Superb, guys. Keep that up. Your life's looking good. Heart and thorns. Yeah, we got this.
Oh, still got the knockdown.
How about this? Let me magnify that for
Phew!
We make such a wonderful
Nice.
team, you and
That actually got us a good chunk of XP.
I'm about as nimble as you
No,
are.
we gotta go to the village. We'll go to the village and that'll probably be a good point to
I'll
stop.
drink to that.
Adam, you say I'll drink to that an awful lot. Do you need to, like, talk? You wanna talk to somebody? Let's see. Kinda got disoriented while twirling the camera around. This is where we're headed.
Well, here
Yeah,
we
this
are.
looks like completely
we
different
press
than the village in
Who's in?
Xenoblade 2 did. That, like, was genuinely like a... I wasn't expecting that. Oh no! Oh no! Oh shit. And again, it's like not an Aegis thing. Something else happened.
Oh no.
Here too. Gormot's an attractive target, but this... Whoever did this clearly had no compassion or respect for the people they killed.
Well, whether it was Malos or someone else, either way. Clearly, they're all toast.
Ugh.
Mithra.
Yeah, even he's like, Mithra, come on, shut up. Now's not the time.
Laura,
It's okay. Mother could have run away somewhere safe.
They killed Klonoa's grandpa again. Oh, hold on. What was the image that I had for that? Let me bust that out. That's Discord, not OBS. There we go. She does kind of have like a similar face. I will say. You guys see the difference? I don't. Perfect match. Separated at birth, perhaps? Alright. Well, that's shitty. I guess that explains why the city that's here now in 2 looks different. Damn. Anime eyes and cat eyes are the same thing. That's actually a very woke take, That's a good observation. Like, legit. Especially if you think about, like, Wind Waker, for example. Like, that's literally... Huh! I've never drawn that connection, but you're totally right.
Look, fresh graves over here.
Uh-oh.
This kind soul must have dug them all.
What's wrong?
Should we maybe bury him too?
Huh?
He's still smiling.
Yes,
Now's not the time, Adam. Uh-oh. No! Are they marked? Oh...
Yes.
Guys, I'm feeling real emotion right now. It's happening. Fuck you, Xenoblade 2. This is good. Oh.
I made this for myself.
Oh. No. No. Oh, fuck. It hurts, but it hurts so good. Wow, this is so much better than 2. Oh, thank you, Jin. I'm alright now, really. Are you sure? If you're trying to put on a brave face, then it's fine. It's fine. Hey guys, do you think we could go back to the village again? Did you notice something? No, nothing like that. Oh. Wow, as soon as they remove most of the anime fan service characters, it starts to hurt you emotionally again. Yeah, Xenoblade 1 has, like, a fantastic story. The characters are so good, and, like, there's a ton of moments like that where it's just, like, really, like, wrenching, like, in a really genuine way. 2 doesn't have that. 2 has titties and diarrhea jokes. This is the shit that I've been missing for so long. Oh, high hopes, guys, high hopes. I was just thinking maybe we could bring back something to offer to the rest of the graves, besides Mother's. They're all burned to ashes, is there really a point? Oh, that's Milton. Milton? Really? We didn't find anything last time. Alright, we can all look together, if it helps give you closure. I don't even know what's going on mostly, and still felt sad with that scene, because it's good storytelling, and also that particular track is one of my favorites from the game. It swells in a really good way, and it plays during sad moments, and it fucking works. It always gets me. And then, and Jin comforting her! Oh, it's so sad! Hold on. What was that Klonoa thing I did again? Yeah, this is appropriate now. The I made this for her myself was like a knife. Oh, you reminded me of that again, please. It's too soon. The pain.
Surround them.
Oh, these dudes. Don't forget me. Do they still do that?
Artanian troops, Imperial Guard.
Thieving scum. Don't think you're gonna get away with your dirty deeds.
Oh, they thought we did this?
No, we just... Problem, Captain?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And so another character from 2 returns. And judging by my uh-oh, once they zoom out here... Ugh.
Lady Bridget. They're brigands. Same ones who attacked the village, perhaps.
Drivers and blades.
This sounds like a new theme as well.
So that's Bridget.
It's Camilla. It is! Again, I've never drawn that connection, but it's literally Camilla.
Yes, madam.
Oh, it totally is! But with weird, like, Pokemon here. Okay, guess we're going to battle. Yeah, so again, if you're not familiar with Xenoblade 2, these Ardanian soldier dudes, I think they patched it out, but in the original version of the game, they only had like 2 lines and they repeated them non-stop, and I believe it was like "Don't you forget me" and "Don't forget me." So they would repeat that like every like few seconds, and it was like it became like a huge meme amongst the community. But I believe it was taken out. Yeah, it sounds like these guys actually have like new lines instead. Interesting. I kind of wish they like stuck with it though, because I missed that. But you can like totally look up like videos of the game from like the 1.0. Also, Adam's dead? Oh, Mithra is. Is that really a bad thing though? Oh, I forgot you can like combo shit now, that's right. I'm gonna wait until I get to level 3 here. Okay, 3 times. Yeah, I know how to combo blade attacks. So basically, you'll notice that ZL thing to the left with Mithra. That means that now that I've just used my special, depending on what element it is, other blades can come in and kind of combo off of that and use their special to kind of create more powerful attacks. Yep. Yeah, I'm aware. And then depending on like the elements you combine, you get different results, so on and so on. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm dead. I can get revived though, right? Yeah, okay, Adam's got me. Phew. Okay, we're good. We're good. That was my first death, I think. We picked a very good time of day for this cutscene to start.
Come on! That was a pretty cheap trick. Keep going like that, you'll get a reputation.
Cheap, you say? Don't
God, this video. You know what? You know what these cutscenes feel like? They feel like they're written by Charles C. Bernardo.
Simpleton like yourself could never hope to comprehend.
At least between Mithra and Bridget here. The last scene was good, but now we're back to generic anime writing.
Clumsy, heavy, no refinement.
I was gonna go easy on you, but now you have pissed me off.
Yo, did Mithra just say piss? This is his game, didn't you know?
What was that? If that had actually hit me.
He made this.
Didn't like that, did you? I can see it on your face. Well, on that note...
And you know what, the Charles C. Bernardos are like another thing. Like I said earlier, that they always like think what they're about to say and then say it. This game does that, and his videos do that. What the fuck? The more I think about it, like the more that becomes like for real.
Is this you? What the hell? She's our enemy.
Adam plainly ordered you to stop. Or didn't you hear him? Simpleton.
I think it's like specifically with like the characters that I happen to dislike though, because
I'd heard of a blade with the power to restrain others,
Laura's still
but
good.
I never thought. And did she say Adam? It can't be.
Look at the fucking lighting on his body.
Woke thoughts on this stream tonight. Truly.
There is no need for this.
Laura's a very good character. Yeah, I'm fucking loving her more than any of the main characters from 2. Although Adam's pretty good, but I think I say that mostly because of those fucking vacuum-sealed titties more than any personality. But who knows? Maybe that'll shine through as well. Look at him. I'm literally not paying attention to anything that Mithra is doing or saying. I am so distracted by it.
Hello?
Is this how straight people feel? Why does Mithra sound like she gets a Scottish accent sometimes? Like I fucking know.
It's good to see you again, Prince Adam. Please forgive the actions of my guards.
Don't you worry about it. I am just glad to see you well, Your Imperial Majesty.
Imperial Majesty?
May I introduce? The Emperor of Mor Ardain, Hugo Ardenach.
Wait, Hugo?
The Ardanian Emperor?
Yeah, the one... There's one in 2 who looks kind of similar to this guy, but his name is Niall.
Are fairly similar.
Not that you'd ever know.
I guess it's like a different character.
Thanks. I try.
I've come for the
I want to know more about the little cat dude.
Its actions have been felt in Mor Ardain as well. We're currently chasing it down.
The same as us, then. But coming here yourself.
My brother is ruling in my absence.
I see. And so you brought Brigid and Aegeon.
Huh?
Those two are the crown jewels of the Ardanian forces. Wielding them on the front
Oh yeah,
lines
fun
is
fact,
the
speaking of
duty
different
he
art
who has
directors, the second person that I just panned up there is actually designed by Yusuke Kozaki, who does the art for Fire Emblem. At least in Awakening and
But he
Fates.
didn't have the potential to become a driver. And now, here you are. Bonded with both.
Must be a descendant? Yeah, I would imagine. It's probably like an ancestor or something.
The Special Inquisitor is under my brother's direct command.
Oh.
Should I fall in battle, he has his orders to retrieve the core crystals.
That sounds cold.
That's how it goes with matters of state.
And yet, it works out well for me. I have always wanted to put myself on the line for our people. And I never enjoyed wielding authority in the first place.
I feel the same way. I don't get why anyone would want to sit on a throne.
Yes, that. If Prince Zetar knew, there would be consequences.
Let's pretend you didn't hear me say that.
You two will never see eye to eye. Better to leave well enough alone.
Ruling is, frankly, it's a scary thought. Just imagine becoming someone you don't recognize. Never knowing who's looking back at you in the mirror.
Prince Adam, I'd be happy if you called me Hugo, like old times.
I will, dear Hugo, but only if you call me Adam in return. Well, it would be beneficial to share our findings, but perhaps elsewhere might be better?
How about your Majesty's flagship?
Indeed.
Flagship.
Is something the matter, Lady Laura?
I'm just not very good in that kind of stuffy environment.
Well, you're not alone there. That's the worst.
Right? I think I'll sit this particular venture out.
Yeah, I'm out too.
Oh, no, you don't.
Wait a minute. Is that her?
Yes, this is Mithra, one of the Aegises. Your account would be valuable as well, Laura.
Everything I've seen or heard, Jin will know as well.
Yes, that's true.
Please? Would you go instead of me, please?
Of course. I will do as you wish.
Thank you kindly. Well then, shall we?
Well then, my friend, shall we make a move? Oh, I don't know what voices to give any of these dudes. Your Majesty. This may not be in my... Did this guy even talk, like, once? Be in my position to say, but would it not be wise to first investigate the location we spoke of? Ah, yes, you do raise a valid point. Aegeon, please consider His Majesty's feelings. He wishes for quality time to spend with his dear friend, Prince Adam. I'm honored that you value me so highly. but I think this is a decision best left to Hugo. What do you say? Would that be getting in the way of your mission? No, not in the slightest. In fact, I believe you're just as much involved in this whole affair as us. What with your traveling alongside the Aegis, that much is clear.
So this mission of yours has something to do with Malos?
Exactly so. Aegeon, would you? Of course. By official decree, allow me to formally disclose to you the nature of our mission. On the surface, we have traveled here to work on diffusing diplomatic tensions between the Empire and Koya? That's a new one. But at the same time, there is another matter we are investigating. I don't recognize that from Xenoblade 2 at all. And that, I presume, is Malos. So what are you going to do? Take him down? Capture him? At the present time, neither. It is His Majesty's wish to ascertain the intent of the Malos, this Malos, the Malos, and indeed anyone who wishes our Empire harm. Then I assume new intelligence has come to light. The 4th decade reported in just as you were on your way to Torgoth. They discovered an area of land that had been scorched black by some colossal power. I don't think Adam's going to want me to ignore that one. You read my mind. Hugo, as much as I enjoyed reminiscing here on the Cloud Sea, I'd quite like to enjoy some more of the scenery first. Of course. If you like, we could take a side trip before we return to the ship. Laura, is this wise? I still want to decorate the graves. I'll wait for you in the village. Everything will be fine. Hayes is with me after all. That's right. Please, take as much time as you need. I can, play as her, can't I? I haven't, taken advantage of that at all. Alright.
I wonder why that is.
Maybe it's for the best that she doesn't get to see the extent of Malos' devastation. So you say the 4th decade found traces of Malos' destruction, and that would be where? It would appear to be at Velafum Hill, heading inland from the Ordia Great Plains. But I'm afraid I've received no further information. We have no recourse but to go and examine the area ourselves. From here it's probably even closer than the harbor. Indeed. Then that is where we must go. Perhaps you can entertain us with tales of your adventures as we make our way, Adam. Power unimaginable.
I hope we'll be able to help.
Oh, thanks, distant Laura. Yeah, okay. We'll set that as the active quest. Oh, who's with us? Oh, he's actually a party member? Does he stay with us for a significant amount of time or what? I want to know what's up with Milton. Can I play as Milton? I want a Milton % run. Also, Milton is a hilarious name. I want to know his story. Okay. You've unlocked the ability to change party order. Yeah. Teaming position 1 will be under your direct control. Yep. I know how to do this. Yep. Oh, just one more note about level 4 specials. As I've been talking about and not achieving this entire time. The technique for Driver and Blade sharing one weapon is a unique innovation by Laura and her companions. Therefore, if you're controlling a team other than Laura's, you won't be able to use level 4 specials in battle. Interesting. But who knows? As the adventure continues, Adam and Hugo might pick up this skill too one day. Until then, do your best working with what you've got. Sounds like a plan. There was felt like there was a noise coming from here, but there was a oh, maybe from these two? I don't know. Anyways. I honestly can't stand those sorts of environments. Would you mind going in my place, Jin? If you'd asked me to go practically anywhere else, I'd be fine, but that ship? No way. No, of course not. Okay then, I'll wait around here a bit longer. Is that what we have to do to... Well, no, there's a place that we're walking to, it looks like. I'm just trying to make dialogue. I will accompany Lady Laura. If Lady Laura's going with you, I'll gladly do the same. Yeah, okay. Well, at least you know the options there. Anyways, that feels like a good point to leave off. So, with that, that was a hop. A very good hop. Anyways, that was Xenoblade 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's get the full name out there. That was Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna, the Golden Country. If you enjoyed what you saw, you can follow me here on Twitch or on YouTube at The Full Galaxy, where all the VODs are, plus highlights and more. You can also subscribe to me here on Twitch, and also check me out on Twitter, Tumblr, and Discord. There are all sorts of channels for you guys to hang out in, both on and off stream. And if any of that interests you, then you can check it out in the Twitch cards below, or the YouTube description if you're watching the VOD. I always update right before I go live, and I'm really excited to get into more of this.
Use this?
Really excited to see more of what this edgelord's up to. Honestly, these two are so cute together, I love them. Anyways, you guys have a good night. Sweet dreams of titties.